Hello, welcome. My name is Brightlight, and this is Daily Winning Channel. All right, now in today's video, I want to quickly talk about opportunities. Okay, I know that a lot of people have different ideas, different things. Well, this is my little contribution towards your understanding of the term opportunities. Okay, now according to various definition, we have a lot of this definition out there. People define opportunity as a situation in which it is possible for you to do something, okay, as circumstances or an opening in which you are able to accomplish something, in which you are able to do something. That's what people define as opportunity. And we also know that opportunity, like they say, always comes once in a while. All right, so it's important that we understand how to assess opportunity. It's important that we know the what to see when opportunities are coming, and also we know people out there. We know that education, your skills, your smartness, although they have roles to play, they are very good. Education is good. You being smart is very okay, but if you are educated and you're smart, but if you do not understand how to make good use of opportunity when they come, you discover that you're going to miss a lot, right? So our case study, my points are actually scripturally based. They are based from the scripture. So I'll be reading some few Bible verses, and I'll start with Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11, and I'll be reading two translations to further portray my point, right? So I'll be reading. It says, I saw something else under the sun. The race isn't won by fast runner or the battles by heroes. Wise people don't necessarily have food. Interesting. Now, intelligent people don't necessarily have riches, and skilled people don't necessarily receive special treatment, but time and unpredictable event happened overtake all of them. Now, this is God's Word translation. I decided to use this translation because it's very interesting and it broke every of my points down into pieces, right? Now, the next translation, the second translation I'll be using is the International Children's Bible Translation. Very, very interesting. Now, hear what it says. It says, I also realized something else here on earth that is senseless. Can you imagine? This is interesting. It says, the fast runner does not always win the race. One, the strong army does not always win the battle. That's interesting. He said, the wise man does not always have food. Then he says, the smart man does not always become wealthy, and the man with special skills does not always receive praise. Then it ended it all by saying, bad things happen to everyone. Now, this is your Bible. This is my Bible. Like, this is a Bible that we read every day. Of course, when you read it in King James, it says that I returned and sat under the sun. The race is not to the swift, the battle is not to the strong, and then and so on and so forth. Now, the key points that I want us to examine as regarding how to assess opportunity, or how to know when opportunity is coming, so that you can be able to take advantage of it. The two key words there is time and chances. Now, we know that time, everyone is being given 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and so on and so forth. And then the word chances there in its original translation simply means opportunity. That's what chances there means. So now we see two things in common. Two things common to both the wise, both the foolish, both the rich, both the poor, both the educated, both the uneducated, is one, time, and everyone also have that opportunity. right? That's the chances. So time and chances is common, very common to everyone, right? So now, next thing we should also take note of is that understand, like I said before, that you could be educated, you could be trained, whatever it is. Now, your training and your ability, they are not always enough. Your training, the years you've spent training and all that, they are very good. But if you do not know how to seize opportunity, how to take hold of opportunity, you discover that your training will not count. You discover that your ability will not count. So it is when you realize that this is an opportunity, and then you take hold of it, that's when you'll be able to seize and then gainfully make use of that opportunity. Remember that an opportunity is in any situation in which it is possible for you to do something good. Any opportunity at all, any situation, any opportunity, any chance, right? So you can see that I'm changing the words because they go alike. Like you can interchange them. So how then do we seize opportunity? How do we know when opportunity comes? Now, I've heard a lot of people say it, and it is true that opportunity actually does not come in a way that seems pleasant to you. So a popular saying is that opportunity come with work clothes. In other words, opportunity come with dirty clothes. They come in filthy clothes that you may not know. Now, according to the scriptures, I have highlighted three phases of opportunity, three phases that you use to identify opportunity when they come your way. The first phase I would like to talk about is what I call the chaotic phase, the chaos phase. You can put it that way, the chaotic phase. When there is chaos, all right. Opportunity can come in such phase that you discover that there is chaos. When that happens, just know that in that chaotic situation, in that chaotic environment, there are opportunities there. Now, I'll also be taking my second Bible reading from Matthew chapter 24, 23 to 33. Now, it's an interesting story, so I'm going to read and then summarize. All right. Now, I'll be reading the New International Version. It says, verse 22, Matthew 14, 28 to 33. 22 to 33, please. It says, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side while he dismissed the crowd. Now, Jesus just finished ministering. He just finished preaching to the crowd, and then he had to tell the disciples to move on to the other side so he can dismiss the crowd. So after he has dismissed them, he went up to the mountain to pray. Now, reading on. Now, later that night, he was alone, and the boat was already considered as the boat was already on the other side. Now, the boat was on the other side of the land. Okay, so it was like remember that the sea is dividing Jesus, is separating Jesus from where he was and where the disciples are. So he had to go and meet them. Now, verse 25 says, shortly before dawn, Jesus went unto them walking on the lake. He literally walked on water, right, towards where the disciples was. Now, when the disciples saw him walking on water, they were terrified, they were shocked, and they were like, what is happening? They were terrified. They all said, in fact, they said, according to the scripture, that it is a ghost and not a human being. That this is a ghost and not a human being. They cried out in fear and said, this is a ghost. Then immediately Jesus said to them, peace. He said, take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid. Now the Lord said, it is I. Don't be afraid. Now immediately Peter saw an opportunity there. An opportunity to do something that is not common. It is not common for a human to walk on water. Never. It's not common for a human to walk on water. So Peter said, if it is you, Lord, tell me to come. He said, tell me to come to you on the water. Then Jesus said, come. He said, come. Now immediately Peter get down on the boat and walked on water. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the situation where people are terrified, other disciples are terrified, they're shaking, they are saying this is a ghost. They've never seen someone walk on water before, except he's actually a ghost or a spirit that can actually do that. Scientifically speaking, or in all ramification, it's only a ghost that can do that. But Peter, even in that chaotic situation, he saw an opportunity to do something that no one else has done, right? So in that situation, now sometimes people want opportunity to come in fine clothing. You want opportunity to come in situation that you'll be like, wow, this is amazing. You want opportunity to come with the jeep and all those luxury things. It doesn't always happen like that. Remember, the preacher said in our introductory verse that the race is not always to the swift, right? The battle is not always to the strong. So time and chances, being able to seize an opportunity, being able to maximize an opportunity is very, very important, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of your educational background, irrespective of your history, whatever it is that you tend to have. If you lack this understanding of knowing how to seize opportunity, knowing how to make good use of opportunity, is going to be you're going to miss a whole lot of opportunities. Now, one thing about opportunity is that it keep coming in different form, right? Now, the opportunity of Peter walking on water came just that once. Now, Jesus told him, come. Now, later on, we're going to see that at a point in time, Peter began to drown. But the most important thing we are seeing here is that he actually did make good use of that opportunity, and he walked on water. It was recorded even in scripture. Generations to come will take note of it. Generations to come will see that it was recorded. He walked on water because he seized, he make use of the opportunity in that chaotic situation, and he walked on water. So now the next time you're waiting for opportunity to come, when it comes, you need to act fast. You need to act ready. You need to be prepared. Now, when I look at it generally, I see that is the reason for your training in school, your training as an apprentice, or wherever it is that you're learning, wherever it is you are currently, whatever it is that you learn. All this learning, they are preparing you in order for you to learn how to seize opportunity, how to make good use of opportunity when they come. Also note that opportunity, when they come, you need to be ready to act fast. Now, there's a popular saying by Leonard Ravenhill. He says that he said that the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. Very interesting that the opportunity of a lifetime must be acted upon in the lifetime of that opportunity. So every opportunity have their time base. Every opportunity that comes to the entire life of a man, their time base. Remember, in our opening scripture, it says time and chances happen to them all. Time and opportunity happen to them all. Okay, are you getting it now? So time and chances, time and opportunity goes together. So if you do not act on that opportunity or given that time frame, it may never, or before it to come again, the life cycle before it to come again may have cost you half or decades of your life. So it's important that you take note that the next time you are waiting for that opportunity, just know that it may not come the way you want it. So sometimes in chaotic situation, try to find out what are the opportunities inside this chaotic situation. Oh, people are running, people are taking their businesses elsewhere, people are doing this thing, people are moving out of this town. What are the opportunities even in that chaotic situation, right? So remember what Leonard Ravenhill said, that the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. So every opportunity have a lifetime, right? So remember the first phase of opportunity that I said is that in chaos, there are always opportunity in chaos. Take for example the story we just shared with you. the story of Peter. He saw the opportunity to ever walk on water. And then he said, Master, if truly it is you, bid me come. So that was an opportunity. He instantly dived into it, and then it worked for him. So there are many people out there who always look for opportunity where they are not. You can't find it. Life wasn't designed that way. If you look for opportunity where opportunities are not there, you won't find it, right? So I just finished discussing the first phase of every given opportunity. There are opportunity in chaos. There are opportunity in chaotic situation. You find opportunities there. Now, the second phase of opportunity, you also find opportunity in challenges. You find opportunity in challenges. Now, challenges, they are part of life. But there are people who don't want to always associate themselves with challenges. But then there are other set of people who always look for opportunities even in the midst of challenges. Now, I'll give you another Bible story, and this one is interesting. I'm just going to share the story. I may not take time to read it. It's taken from the book of Esther chapter 2 from verse 1 to 18. Now, this is a story of how that it happened that something happened. See, they must always, the Bible says that time and chance, right? Time and chance. Now, the truth about it is that this is a general law. It's a general law that obeys whoever knows how to key into them. So it doesn't matter whether you're a strong Christian or not. If you understand this principle, it's going to work for you. Time and chance. Time and chance. Now, it happens that something peradventure happened, and then the king had a queen who decided to one day just wake up and decide something went wrong. All right, and then she said she's not going to bow to the king and all those long stories. Let me not bore you with that. And then something happened that someone gave an advice to the king and said, you bring all together the young ladies in the kingdom, let them parade, let them dress up in beautiful apparel, and then come and parade themselves around you, and then let them so that when they come to parade themselves around you, you will now pick up a new queen. Now, this was a challenge for Esther. This was a very big challenge for her because she'd never done that before. And then in verse 4, I'll start reading from verse 4 now just to save time. It says, then let the young woman who pleases the king be the queen instead of Vashti. Now, this advice appealed to the king and he followed it. This is interesting. Now, imagine that, imagine the opportunity that came. All you have to do was just to prepare yourself and then come and parade around the king. This was a challenge. There were a lot of people out there. Now, there are people who are not always prepared to handle challenges. Sometimes, imagine someone who is running a marathon race. Imagine someone who's running in sprint race. Now, these are events that you have to prepare for them. You have to prepare. Remember that when preparedness meets opportunity, that's when success comes. It looks as though someone is dreaming. So you have to understand that another phase of challenge, another phase of opportunity is in when you see challenges, when challenges come, and people out there are many people who do not want to see challenge. Opportunities are like doors. They are like doors. When one closes, another one will open. If you do not know how to seize and make good use of one, you may definitely miss the other one. If you do not know that they come in challenges, you will not be expecting them. You will say, this is another life challenge. Let me just fold my hand and let it pass. But if you understand that challenges and this is part of life, that this is one way the opportunity comes, when you understand it, you will know how then you will be prepared for the next one, and then you always seize it and then make good use of it. Okay, now there are many people who always wish they could postpone opportunity. You see, you can't postpone opportunity. Any opportunity you postpone, you have missed it. any and every opportunity that you postpone, you have missed it. So you have to prepare for another one. And remember that because of the call of nature, because of the life and the way everything is designed, before that opportunity will come back again, it may take decades of your life. And remember, time and chances happen to them all. All right. Now, remember we said that the first phase of opportunity, they always come in chaotic situation. The second phase of opportunity always come in challenges. They come in challenge. So if you are able to pass this challenge, if you're able to pass this challenge, then you will see the beautiful side of it. So you see how it works. If you're able to pass this phase of it, you're able to pass this you're able to it's like you're able to dribble your opponent. Figure it like those who play soccer, those who play the football. If you're able to dribble your opponent, that your opponent is standing like an obstacle, is standing like a challenge. So if you're able to dribble that your opponent and pass the opponent, you discover that you will now see the bright side of it. So challenges, opportunities comes in forms of challenges. So Esther was able to participate in that context, and then she won. Then she now saw the beauty that was ahead of her. Remember, you cannot postpone opportunity. When you postpone any given opportunity, you have missed it. So you have to wait for another one. Okay, so now we'll move on to the third phase of opportunity. Remember, like we said before, that opportunity always comes in dirty clothes. It comes in a way that you would not understand. You would not even believe. It takes someone who have trained his mind, someone who have understand how this opportunity comes, to be able to really factor and take good advantage of it. Now, the same way opportunity present itself to Mr. A will be different from the way it present to Mr. B. Okay, that's the reason why there's no need to copy anyone. It's the reason why there's no need to say it works for me with this plan, so it's going to work for me with this other plan. No, just know the general rule of the game. The general rule of the game is that opportunity will come in circumstances that does not look pleasant to you. Opportunity will come in situation that doesn't look pleasant to you. Opportunity will come in challenges, like upfront challenges that want to bring you down. So if you understand that this is an opportunity, go and study the life of those well-meaning men of God out there, those well-meaning business people out there. Go and check out their life. You discover that they know and understood how to seize, how to make good use of an opportunity, and it actually worked for them, right? So now remember, this is Daily Winning Channel, and we share information, we share inspirational messages on how to make you win on a daily basis. Now moving on to the third and the final phase of understanding and getting hold of opportunity. This third phase of opportunity is by calling. Now, this is important, and I'll be taking my Bible reading from Philippians chapter 1 verse 12 to 14. Philippians chapter 1 verse 12 to 14. Now, this is Apostle Paul's chain in the advancement of the gospel. This is Apostle Paul's situation that he found himself. Now, in all this, you will discover something is common in all these my 3 points, and then I'll share with you a very short story, and then we'll call it a day. Now, if you have watched this video till this point in time, I'll say thank you and God bless you. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? So now let me read Philippians chapter 1, 12 to 14. Now I want you to know, brothers and sisters, this is Apostle Paul talking. He said that what happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Now, as a result, it became clear throughout the whole palace guard and to everyone else that I am in chains for Christ. And because of my chains, most of my brothers and sisters have become confident in the Lord, and dare all the more to proclaim the gospel without fear. Now, this is interesting. Here is Apostle Paul telling us that even while he was bound, this was his calling. Now there is opportunity in your calling. Now somebody may be asking, how do I know my calling? Simply put, in my own opinion, I think that your calling dwells around the things you find joy in doing. Whatever it is that you find joy in doing, that the moment you are doing that thing, there is joy. That is your calling. So all you have to do, let me put it this way, build your empire around that calling. Build something tangible around that calling. That's very powerful. It's very powerful. Now there is Apostle Paul. He has been into he has encountered diverse kind of challenges, yet he didn't give up. Now he needed an opportunity to say he want to preach to Caesar, then in Rome. And there was no way he would have gone to Rome, because he had no business going to Rome, because he happened to have forsaken his education, what he went to learn. He's no longer working by that. You know the story, how that he was called into the ministry, how he persecuted the Christians, but in the long run he discovered that the same gospel that he once forsook is the same gospel he is willing to lay down his life for. Now, sometimes your passion could be your calling. What is that thing that you have passion for? There are many people who are out there learning things they don't have passion for. Now, it's not an insult, I'm not judging anyone, but I'm saying that if you are learning what you don't have passion for, sooner or later you discover that you have no need of that thing. It's the law of use and disuse. Remember back then in biology, when they said that if you have an organ, you are not using it for a very long time, you discover that it become of no use to you. So if you are learning something you don't have passion for, in the long run, you may not have interest in that thing anymore. You may not have interest in that thing anymore. So you discover that it make no sense to you. On the long run, you may even give up on that thing. It's the reason why people start up a business and they discover that on the long run they are unable to continue that business because they do not have original passion for they do not have original passion for that business. So if you have an interest for something, that could be your calling. Now all you have to do is that go and develop it. Master the act of mastering whatever it is that you are learning. Become a master in that thing. So when the opportunity comes for you to stand before kings, you discover that you have really learned all you need to learn. Right now, I'll share with you the very first story, just 2 stories, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Now, the first story I want to share with you is the story of Joseph. Now, remember that Joseph, let's just cut the story short, and then in Genesis 31, after everything that happened, Joseph was taken to prison. Now from prison, that is where the good thing about the story of Joseph began. Right there in prison, he didn't say he was a prison. Even in prison, he saw an opportunity to interpret the dream. Now those 2 servants with him in the prison did not know Joseph to be a dream interpreter, but Joseph saw something in them. Joseph saw that one morning their countenance changed. He saw a problem. And now there are many people who will see problem and run away, but Joseph saw problem and then he came close and asked them what is happening. So one way of seeing opportunity is in see opportunity in disguise. See opportunity in unpleasant situation. See opportunity in situations that doesn't make sense. See opportunity in situations that to you it look as though to someone who it look as though you are blind. That's where opportunity really is. So for Joseph, he saw opportunity in these people that these guys, why is their countenance sad? And then he went and then investigated and asked them, why are you sad? So they went ahead and then they told him their dreams and see, oh, I've dreamed this, and then he interpreted the dream. And 2 years, imagine the time. Remember, time and chances happen to them all. So they after 2 years, now they have freed those prisoners, but not until after 2 years they remembered something. Time and chances, the chances happen now. That it happens that the one of the guys that Joseph interpreted dream for, the butler, is discovered that the king also had similar issues. Now it wouldn't be a problem for Joseph because he has mastered the art of interpreting dreams. Let me put it this way, that was his passion. For a very long time he himself has been dreaming, so he has no issue. So if you discover that you're doing something and then all of a sudden you no longer have interest for it, it means that there is no passion there. There is no passion there. So the opportunity finally came for Joseph to leave the prison and then come and interpret the dream for the king. Now it was awesome because he did it flawlessly. He did it with full passion because that is where his opportunity lies. And then he have been able to understood not to shy away from challenges, not to shy away from troubles and problems, but to find out the opportunities in them, because he knew how that is. So he was able to deliver. He was able to deliver to the king, and a man who was in prison 24 hours later, after he interpreted the dream of the king, he became the prime minister. Now ask yourself, what would have happened if, remember that it didn't just happen by him interpreting the dream of the king. It started from somewhere. Now this is what many people don't understand. They think one day you will just find yourself at the top. Now in most cases it does happen, but the real sustainable success, they are the success that you actually build up from the scratch. They are the success that takes time. Remember, time is a factor here. Time and chances happen to them all. The success that you take your time to build, that is success that actually lasts for a very long time. So there are many people now who just want to, let me use the general word, they just want to blow. I just want to blow. Of course, there are various means that you can accomplish whatever thing that you want to accomplish. There are various means that you can use to get whatever thing you want to get. But the important thing is that get it the right way, the sustainable way. And one of it is to master how opportunity works. Right? So now the second story that I'll be sharing is this is interesting. It's actually you may have heard of it before. So the story goes thus. There happen to be these two young men by the name of Bruno and Pablo. Bruno and Pablo. Okay. Now these two guys, they had finished their secondary school, they have graduated, so they were looking for a job, they were looking for a work to do, and so they were like, we're looking for opportunity. We are looking for opportunity. Where is opportunity? Where is opportunity? And remember, opportunity is in everywhere. You just have to have the eyes. You just have to open your eyes to see it. Opportunity is in everywhere. There is nowhere you don't get opportunities. The only place you don't get opportunity is in the grave. Apart from the grave, name any other place you find opportunity. There's opportunity in negativity. There's opportunity in positivity. There's opportunity in any activity. Okay, so opportunity is in everywhere. Now, Bruno and Pablo, they were looking for opportunity. So they suggested to themselves, let's go and look for a job. Let's go and look for work to do. So they went searching. When they went searching, both of them, they were very close friends right from secondary school. Now they've graduated. So they went and then they saw a place they wrote vacancy. Wow, they were happy. So finally there's vacancy. So they applied. When they applied, the job description was simple. Both of them were given the same work description. Now, this is important because in every opportunity, there is also opportunity inside. This is important. It's the reason why people don't understand this. So when they have one opportunity, they say, this is not what I'm expecting. An opportunity came, so I'm to work in a place of 20,000. This is not what I'm expecting, so I will not go for it. Now, many people have missed bigger opportunity because of the first opportunity that came. Can you imagine? You can miss an opportunity even in the midst of opportunity. This is interesting. It is to let you know that opportunity, like I said before, they come in filthy clothes. If you look at the filthy clothes, you will miss the real deal inside. If you look at the filthy clothes, you will miss the real deal of the opportunity that's inside, right? So Bruno and Probo, they applied for the job. So the job description was the same thing. They had to do the same thing, which is in that particular town, they lack water. So their job was to go to the hill, the mountain top, use a bucket and fetch water. For every one bucket they bring, they get $1. That was the job description and that was what they would do. Now, Bruno, he had no problem with the job because he's a mature man. He has the muscles to do all the job. So he was very happy. In fact, he was a happier among both of them. So now, Pablo, on the other hand, said, no problem. He had no choice, but he had to do the job. So they started the job. They went and then they will fetch water. In a day, they could go like maybe 10 times, they get $10, or 20 times, they get $20. So their job was to supply water to the community. Okay, so now they continue doing that. They continue doing that. Now, one day, why Pablo was getting ready for job, they both had family that they are feeding. They have family they are feeding with the money. While Pablo was getting ready for the job, he was like, I can't continue like this. Now, this is an opportunity that came. Remember, they asked a question and they got an answer. The question was that, I'm looking for opportunity. Where's opportunity? An opportunity came. The opportunity came in a job-like format. All you have to do, provide water to the town. The town have a problem of water. Solve the problem. In exchange of that, we're going to give you money. We'll give you $1 for every bucket that you fetch. Bruno have no issue because he was a mature man. He had the strength, he had the stamina, he can fetch the water, he can do all that, and then he continued. They continued doing that. Now, on the other hand, in that opportunity, while they were doing that, getting busy, Bruno was just doing all he could do. He was doing it. An idea also came to both of them. Now, in that opportunity, another opportunity came. Bruno was like, if I could increase my bucket, instead of going once and getting $1, if I increase my bucket, make it bigger, I could get $2. He shared the opportunity with Pablo. Pablo was like, wow, that's great, and it's a good thinking, it's a good innovation, but it is disadvantage to Pablo because he is not a mature man. He can't carry a very big bucket. So although he welcomed the idea because it's a very good one, when you logically reason it, it's very good, but then for him, he can't actually do that. So the idea didn't work well for him. So that also made him to go back and start thinking, in this opportunity, how can I increase my outcome? How can I increase my outcome, even though if it is minimal input? So what one day while he was thinking on how to increase his outcome with minimal input, supplying water, and then an idea came to him. When the idea came to him, the first thing he did was to write it down. Remember, the Bible said in Habakkuk that write the vision and make it plain. There is something about the fiercest ink. The thing is that it is sharper than the sharpest brain. The fiercest ink is sharper than the sharpest brain. There are many people, no matter how sharp your brain is, there is so much your brain can carry. So what Pablo did was to write it down. When he wrote it down, it was a perfect master plan. His plan was that let him dig a borehole. Let him dig a borehole right from the mountain top that will bring water down to the community. What a master plan. Hey, can you imagine that kind of plan? Why? When he finally wrote the plan down, it was a master plan. He came to Bruno, his friend, and said, my friend, see the plan that I have. I have a plan, a master plan. All we have to do was to dig a borehole, just dig it and then construct it, let it continue to supply the town with water. We don't have to go there again. When Bruno heard it, he laughed and said, what an insane plan. What an insane plan. Do you know the distance we have to cover? Do you know how long we'll have to walk before we're able to get this done? And then he was like, this thing will not work. It will not work. It will not work. He discouraged Pablo. But on the other hand, Pablo had to go and make the plan and make his plan work. Now, in the midst of opportunity, it's not everybody that will understand. When you see opportunity, and you'll be surprised when you share the same opportunity with someone, that person may not be able to welcome it the way you welcome it. So that's the reason why you have to understand that opportunity comes in different ways, right? So Bruno continued to fetch his water. He was making his money. He was feeding his family. He continued to do that for the first year. He did that for the second year. He was happy because he doubled his income. He doubled his income. On the other hand, Pablo decided he will work half day and dig the well half day. This extra work for him because he had to continue to work so that he can feed his family. He will work half day and dig. He worked for a very long time. He worked for a very, very long time. And after more than 2 years of working and digging, finally he was able to, his master plan actualized. His master plan came to reality. And then Pablo is now supplying water. All he have to do was to go there, and by the way he constructed it, put it on, and then bam, the water flows down to the community, and people begin to come, and then they will fetch right there and pay the same $1 or $2 as the case may be. When he finally did that, by now Bruno, in fact, his muscles, everything were actually down. His muscles, he was a macho man before, but because that opportunity that came, you did not reason around it. That's the reason why it looked discouraging. That's the reason why it looks as if it's not sustainable. If you reason around it, there's a way you can make it sustainable. There's a way you can make it. You mustn't always be there before it will work. There's a way you can do it with minimal input. You get a maximum result. That's what Pablo did. So now Bruno is out of the business, he's out of markets because number one, he's tired, his muscles they have weighed out, and now in fact he's out of business. In fact, nobody will want to wait for him to go and fetch the water again, while you could just go down to the tap where Pablo's borehole is and then fetch your water. Now, year in, year out, Pablo he is now the sole owner of that company, supplying the community water. Now, remember, in life, there are a lot of people who are doing what Bruno is doing. For the fact that an opportunity comes, if you do not like it, does not mean you should just throw it away and run off. What that opportunity is doing for you at that time is to make you be able to handle the present circumstances, so that you can settle down and think ahead, and then look possibly at the future, so you can handle the plans that are coming, so you can plan ahead. That is what Pablo did. He planned ahead. Now Pablo, now let's say now they are both old. Bruno and Pablo, they are old now. What is now the way forward? What is now the solution for them to do now that they are old? Imagine, would they have been able to still continue dragging the bucket up the hills? Come on, your muscles, there is limit. There is limit to what your muscle can carry. There is limit to what your muscle. That's the reason why you have to understand the way opportunity presents themselves so that you will know how to seize them when they come. So imagine Pablo's master plan. You too can have a master plan. In that your business, you can also have a master plan. All you have to do is to look at the opportunity. How can I make this thing sustainable? How can I make this thing sustainable? What is the world? What is the trend in the world right now? What's the world going to right now? It is said that the current world, we are not just in the information age, things are happening very fast. So they call it the jet age. So how can I deploy these things and then let them work for me? Some of them may require that you unlearn the things you've learned before to learn new things. To get hold of some opportunity, it may require that you go and learn. And that's what people don't understand. It's better you go and then learn than to not learn anything at all and then suffer for the rest of your life. So understand how opportunities present themselves. It's very important that you understand that opportunity, like I said before in the opening in this opening message, that opportunity comes in chaotic situation. Never forget that. Never forget that. When you are expecting opportunity to come dressing in ties and fine clothes and coming in jeeps and luxury cars and all that, opportunity doesn't really comes like that. It doesn't come like that. It comes in a way that you will not want to reckon with. It comes in forms that you wouldn't want to even try to partner with. So understand that it comes in forms of challenges. If you can handle the challenge, you'll be able to seize and get hold of that opportunity. And remember that opportunity also come in form of your calling, what you have passion for, what you can do in hours, and then you are not tired, what you have great passion for. That's how opportunity comes, right? And then remember, there are a lot of Brunos, a lot of Brunos in this life. They can discourage you when you present your master plan to them. Haven't ascertained all. If you discover that your plan is really master and is perfect, do not be discouraged to go and work. Sometimes you have to work for 1 year. Sometimes you have to work for 2 years, even more. There are people who work day in, day out. They don't mind doing several jobs just to ensure their master plan come into play, right? So understand, this is how opportunity present themselves. Now, as I begin to round up, remember that an opportunity must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. Any opportunity you postpone, you've missed it. Any given opportunity that you've postponed, you say, let me just push it forward, let me do it tomorrow, let me seize it tomorrow. You've postponed it. There are people who became millionaires simply because they attended a meeting, and there are people who say, no, that's a meeting, let me postpone it. Go over the internet, read the stories of men and women whose life changed overnight simply because they prepared for opportunity, they knew how to handle it, and when it comes, they knew this is an opportunity, this is the right time to go out for it, and then they reached out for it, and then it actually blessed them. Now, I hope this video will encourage someone out there. I hope this video will make someone to know that you are born to win daily. You are born to be a success. You are born to be great. So all you have to do is to understand the right opportunity for you. Keep learning, keep growing, keep reading, keep attending those meetings, keep investing in your future, keep doing the right thing. Don't refuse to be mediocre. Refuse to be someone like a downtrodden. No, refuse to be down. You're always up. So refuse to be a loser because you're not one. Okay, you're not a loser. You are a winner, right? So Remember, this is Daily Winning Channel, and I'd like to thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and God bless you. So see you in my next video. God bless you. Remember, opportunity lies in everyone's eyes. Opportunity is in the face of your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. No one knows tomorrow. The same person you laugh today who can be your boss tomorrow. The same person you throw down today can be the person who will employ you or give your children a job tomorrow. So time and chances happen to them all. Thank you very much, and God bless you.